What's problematic about us is that in our sinful nature, because we were born after Adam, we've inherited his sin, we don't often think right. And so we have a tendency to project our nature onto God by thinking of God as if he was imperfect, treating God as if he had the potential to be less than good, talking to God as if he had the potential to sin against us. We might talk about God like he's unjust just because he allowed a little bit too much suffering to touch us. We read his word and refuse to believe it's true, as if the spirit that inspired the scriptures had the ability, the capacity, the character to lie to you. We entertain self-condemnation as if Christ's blood isn't as efficacious as the scriptures describe it. But when I talk about a being who is unjust, when I talk about a being who overpromises and underdelivers, when I talk about a being who is a liar, who I have described as actually more Satan than God, well, who do you think you are imaging God as when holiness is disregarded in your definitions of him? I'll say it one more time. When you imagine God as someone who is less than good, you are not imagining God, you're imagining yourself. And he sets forth his moral purity, his ethical nature, his holiness as the reason why he is worthy to be believed. This is why knowing that God is holy is necessary for your faith, because the things you do ain't just because you were born after Adam. It's because the way Adam has affected your belief system is that you are not just bad because you're bad because you don't believe God. Everything you do, the character that you have, the moments that you move throughout the earth, all point back to what it is that you believe about him. You don't have sex with people you aren't married to just because you're lustful. It's also because you don't believe that God is the Lord of your body. There are some of you who have taken jobs that God told you not to take, and you didn't do it just because you're disobedient. That is a thing, but underneath the disobedience was that you did not believe that God could actually provide for you at a lower wage. It means that sometimes we think being more holy is just a matter of changing our behavior and becoming a better person, when in fact becoming more holy might be interrogating the belief systems about God that are fueling the way I live my life. Is this making sense to anybody? How you behave is directly connected to what you believe about God's nature. At the root of all of our sin is unbelief in the word and worth of God. And I wonder if some of our unbelief, underneath some of our doubt, is the thought that maybe God isn't safe either. That he might just be like the mother that didn't nurture us. That he might be like the father that didn't love us, that he might be like the people in positions of power that abused us, that he might be like the friends that did not listen to us or honor us or stay consistent with us. And so then when you read the scriptures and you listen to the sermon and you watch the podcast and you see them say something about God that holds symmetry to your experiences, when you see that he calls himself friend, when you see that he calls himself Lord, when you see that he calls himself Father, in your unbelief, you end up projecting onto God the nature of everyone who has sinned against you. But the hope is that if God is holy, it means he cannot sin.
Okay, so I just left the hair salon. I really love my hair. It's really cute. Now I think I'm going to go to Walmart because I have several things I need to get. But I'm trying to decide if I want to go to Walmart first or if I want to go, because I honestly need some new tires. And I need to get my brakes and rotors replaced as well. And then after that, we're gonna go get something to eat. I'm just so in love with this new do of mine. I can definitely get with it because it's so simple, so easy. I should have came in here a lot sooner. I should have came in here a month ago, but because I waited 2 months, I had to get another relaxer, which was not pleasing at all, was not comfortable, but nonetheless, these are the results and I'm in love. So let's go to the store. So fun fact, I actually freaking hate these car washes. And I know you're probably like, okay, if you hate them, why would you go through them? Because obviously I'm not gonna wash my car myself. I'd be terrified going through this thing like, I'm gonna be that one example. I'm gonna be that one person that this thing make an example out of and it just things just go bad. I'd just be so scared. I'd be so ready to get up out of here. Just tell me to go. Thank you, Jesus, because ugh. Does anybody else organize their cart so they can make it bagging like that much faster? I just made it back from the grocery store. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it was packed today. On top of that, I was going back and forth because I kept forgetting things. It was a hot mess to the point where I just put my camera down and I just focused on getting my groceries to get back home. I also stopped by the post office to drop off my dad's birthday card, so I had to hurry up and do that too because post office closed at 3 today. I know sometimes, I guess depending on the location, depending on where you're at, a lot of post offices are closed on Saturday, but we do have one around here that's open until 3, so I had to hurry up, get it done. So yeah, let's go through my groceries. So the first thing I got, shaved beef, because I do want to make some Philly cheesesteaks tonight. So yeah, I'm excited about that. This is actually my first time making my own Philly steaks. I don't know about anybody else, but I love Jersey Mike's chicken Philly. My go-to, the only sandwich I've ever had from Jersey Mike's. So I decided tonight, instead of buying it, I'm gonna actually try to make it myself, but obviously with the beef instead of the chicken. So yeah, I also got top sirloin and I got some beef tips for my breakfast. So I've been seeing this all over Instagram and TikTok and everything. The beef tips, I think it is, with the eggs and avocado for breakfast, very protein packed. So I definitely want to try that for my breakfast this week. So with that being said, of course, obviously the next thing I do have my eggs. This is my first time ever seeing this brand, probably because they may be exclusively at Fry's, I don't know, but I've never seen this brand of eggs, so I decided to get them. And then what else I said? Avocado, of course. Avocados, I got 4 of those because I don't think I'm gonna eat a whole one every single day of the week. Maybe like 2/3 of one, but not the entire thing. I got some salmon. I actually got 2 of these. For my lunch, I'm going to do salmon, sweet potatoes, and asparagus. So I got 2 of those. I got my fresh asparagus, and I got 4 sweet potatoes, just to kind of see how much I actually eat. Again, don't know if I'm going to eat the entire thing, so I just got 4 instead of being greedy and getting more than I probably need. Parmesan, fresh tomatoes. So what I want to do, another thing that I saw on social media was like this asparagus bake. So you do the asparagus, you dice the tomatoes, and you pour, you know, the Parmesan and parsley, salt and pepper, and I believe garlic, kind of drown it in olive oil, but I use avocado oil, not olive oil. So I'm definitely going to try that. Try something different, spice it up a little bit. I ended up getting this Greek Gods plain vanilla yogurt. Usually I get the honey vanilla, but I'm trying to back away from having to have everything sweet. So I just got the plain this time, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my berries, so blackberries and strawberries, along with agave to make it sweet. And then I'm gonna top it with almonds and pecans. So that's gonna be, I haven't decided yet if I want that to be a part of my breakfast or if I want to make that my dinner, just to have a light dinner and not have anything heavy on my stomach. I also got a pomegranate too, just to try and, you know, kind of mix it up and, like I said, make it sweet naturally with healthy fruits rather than a bunch of sugar in the yogurt. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. I got some milk, just to have some milk. I also got some jalapenos for the Philly steak tonight, and the peppers to go with that. I did not get any onion. I didn't forget, but I didn't mean to, if that makes sense. Like, I know the recipe called for onions, but I just really wasn't feeling it. I was just like, you know what, I'll just put some onion powder in there. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that. I got some seasoning, got some black pepper, some out of pepper, I'm out of paprika. I got this Montreal steak and smokehouse maple, just to kind of, you know, switch things up a little bit. As far as my steak, obviously I don't want it to taste the same every single day. I feel like that's why a lot of people don't like meal prep, because they say that they don't want to eat the same thing every day. But it's something, sometimes it's just as simple as changing your seasonings up that can make it feel like, you know, you're eating something different, you're not eating the same thing every day. So I did get these two seasonings specifically for my steak. Hot dog buns for my Philly steaks. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm probably gonna have about 3 of them joints tonight. I'm not even gonna hold you, I'm gonna have about 3 of them. I got 2 things of smoked provolone. We love smoked. Anything smoked is gonna be fire. Just like smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda is the best cheese. I don't want to argue with your mama. I don't want to hear. I don't care what your opinion is. Smoked Gouda is by far the best cheese ever in the world. But obviously Gouda doesn't go with Philly. Provolone goes with Philly, so that's why I got the smoked cheese. Lemons to go with my tea. I definitely need to do better with drinking my tea in the morning before I go to bed. I've really been slacking for far too long, and I'm done slacking. So we're gonna be getting our game together. We're gonna be getting it together as far as our tea. And last thing, cottage cheese. Now let me tell you something, I have not tasted cottage cheese since I was probably in 7th grade, and my best friend back then, she absolutely loved cottage cheese, and I remember trying it and it was so trifling. But I know that it's very high in protein, and I saw one influencer, she actually mixed this in with her eggs just to kind of like really pack in that protein in her daily regimen. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. And of course I got the small curd because I already don't know if I'm gonna like it. The last thing I want is the large curds. Just give me the small. I'm gonna try to whip it up in there, make it as best as I can to really, you know, up my protein. I'm not gonna lie, looking at my kitchen right now, I mean, obviously y'all can't see it, but I have dishes in my sink. Dishes in my sink. Need to just tidy up the stove a little bit. Nothing too major. I'm really making what is it, a mountain out of an anthill or molehill, however they say it. I'm really just making it bigger than what it is. It's really not that deep. It's not that serious. It's not that much. The kitchen ain't that dirty. I'm just that clean to where like 2 dishes in the sink, it's just too many. So I'm gonna put my my groceries away, and I'm not gonna hold y'all, I'm really feeling like just heating up this soup just because I need to clean this kitchen and I want to clean it before it gets dark, because I like to just have everything out there when it's dark. When I dim the lights, when the lights are dim low, I like it to be a vibe. I don't like to be cleaning when it's a vibe in here. I like to relax when it's a vibe. So yeah, most likely that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to just heat up this chicken pot pie soup, try one of these Bob Evans mashed potatoes, and yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
to neglect their self-care rituals, their hygiene rituals. I've noticed, and I take this from my own experience, I noticed these women never had feminine role models or feminine figures in their life. They suffer from some type of like generational like curse or trauma in the family. Maybe they've experienced some type of abuse that has made them block that feminine energy. Or you could even be let down by men in your life. There are a whole bunch of things that might have entrapped you in your masculine energy. But you clicked on this video because you're self-aware enough to be like, this isn't working for me. This hustle culture, this need to control everything, this isn't getting me to where I want relationships in my life. And in every single relationship I've ever been in, except for the one I'm in now, I've always been the masculine figure. I've always made more. I've always taken care of stuff. I've always provided. I've always taught. You know, I was never really loud or given the opportunity to. I had never spent enough time alone until I ended my last toxic relationship, and I was single for a good amount of time. And this is when I started to activate my feminine energy. I started to really self-love myself. I started to show myself a lot of compassion and a lot of forgiveness. I started to take care of myself physically and falling in love with self-care and hygiene routines and beauty maintenance routines. I loved dressing up. I loved putting on makeup. I loved researching perfumes. And when I started to activate my feminine energy, and I'll go into some more tips later, and I met my boyfriend, who is inherently to me a healthy masculine figure, it allowed me to finally be in a relationship and to finally share my life and truly rest in my femininity. And
Hello everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you all are having an amazing day. So we did not go do my brakes, rotors, tires, all that good jazz because I actually had to set an appointment. I don't know what I was thinking. Thinking I could just pop up and my problems were going to be fixed. No, I had to set an appointment for later in the week, and so that's what I did. And I know that this vlog is technically multiple days in the day in my life, but I hope you enjoyed. I hope it motivated you to get up and clean your space, because without a clean space you cannot have a clear mind, and there's no better way to start off your year. I'm also going to encourage you as a Christian, of course, to get in your word, study your word, because I guarantee you, no matter what trial or tribulation you are facing, no matter what questions you have, you're always going to have your answer in that Bible. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next one.